Welcome back. Today, we're diving into a story that isn't just ancient history. It's still playing out right in front of us. In politics, in religion, in the Middle East, and in spiritual conversations across the world. It all starts with one man, Abraham, and the two sons he fathered, Ishmael and Isaac. From that moment, two great nations were born. But only one was chosen to carry the covenant. The conflict between Ishmael and Isaac isn't just a family matter. It's a spiritual war over inheritance, over identity, and over the land God promised. Before we start, please like and subscribe to our page and hit the bell notification. Now, let us begin. God made a promise to Abraham in Genesis 12. He said, "Leave your country, your family, and your father's house, and I will make you a great nation." God promised Abraham descendants, a land, and a blessing that would reach the whole world. But there was a problem. Abraham and his wife Sarah were old, way past childbearing years, and they had no children. So Sarah gave Abraham her servant, Hagar, to bear a child for them, and that child was Ishmael. Abraham loved Ishmael. He was his firstborn. But in Genesis 17, God makes it clear, the covenant, the chosen promise, would come through another son, a son born to Sarah. That son was Isaac. God blessed Ishmael, saying he would be the father of 12 princes and a great nation. But the inheritance, the covenant promise, would go to Isaac. Later in Genesis 21, Sarah asks Abraham to send Hagar and Ishmael away. God tells Abraham to listen, but reassures him, "I will make Ishmael a nation too, because he is your offspring." And from that moment, the divide began. Let's follow the bloodlines. From Ishmael come the Arab peoples, and eventually, many in Islam trace their roots back to him. In fact, Islamic tradition teaches that Muhammad descended from Ishmael. From Isaac, we get Jacob, whose name becomes Israel. And from Israel come the 12 tribes, the Jewish people. Christianity, by extension, traces its Messiah, Jesus, through this same line. So, two sons, two nations, and two spiritual identities. In Judaism and Christianity, the child of promise is Isaac. In Islam, Ishmael is honored as the rightful firstborn and spiritual heir. He's even believed to have helped Abraham build the Kaaba in Mecca. Both sons claim Abraham, but they can't both inherit the same promise. And that's where the tension begins. The land of Canaan, modern-day Israel, was part of God's promise to Abraham. In Genesis 15, God says, "To your descendants I give this land." But who are the descendants? Jews say, it's Isaac and Jacob's line. We are the covenant people. Muslims say, we also come from Abraham, through Ishmael. The conflict over land is deeply spiritual. It's not just political. It's about who carries the blessing. This is why Jerusalem is so fiercely contested. For Jews, it's the location of the temple. For Muslims, it's home to the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest site in Islam. The Palestinian-Israeli conflict is not just a territorial fight. It is the modern echo of a 4,000-year-old family division. It's Ishmael and Isaac still wrestling over the birthright. This story doesn't just live in Genesis. In the New Testament, Paul writes in Galatians chapter 4 that there are two sons, one born of the flesh, the other of the promise. He says Ishmael represents the old covenant, human effort, but Isaac represents the new covenant, God's miracle. That doesn't mean God hates Ishmael. In fact, he blessed him. But when it comes to spiritual inheritance, the Bible is clear. The covenant goes through Isaac. Now listen carefully. This is not about picking sides politically. This is about recognizing what God declared. Both Ishmael and Isaac were born of Abraham, but only one carried the eternal covenant. And yet, there's more. Because through Jesus, God opens a new promise, one that isn't based on bloodline, but faith. In Christ, both Jew and Gentile, Arab or Israeli, can be reconciled. The war between Ishmael and Isaac cannot be solved by man. Only the Prince of Peace can bring resolution. So where does this leave us? The conflict between Islam and Israel, the war over land, the division between peoples. It all starts with Abraham's two sons, Ishmael and Isaac, both blessed, but only one chosen to carry the covenant. And yet, in Christ, there's a new inheritance, one not earned by birthright, but received by faith. So the real question is not whose blood runs through your veins. It's, are you a child of the promise? Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe and share this episode if it helped you see the bigger picture. Until next time, stay rooted in truth.